Good morning, everybody. So great to see all your attentions, and we got a special guest today here to spread the good word of St. Vincent de Paul on the international level and also maybe on the national level for the United States. I am so proud and honored to have the privilege to introduce the President International of the St. Vincent de Paul. At this time, I would like to welcome Renato Lima to this Google Meet. Good morning, Renato.
My President Harry, good morning. Thank you for the invitation. I'm here available to attend this program and answer all the questions you have. It's a very privilege to be here in Chicago. This is my second time in Chicago. I was here in 2020 and now 2023, attending the same meeting of DePaul University. That time, we talk about special projects around the world. And now I will present 10 initiatives, SVP's initiatives, innovative initiatives in the world to attend the poor people, to face the new poverties, not only the home visits. I will present some projects differently from the home visits we are doing traditionally in our conference. I will present to the students here in DePaul University. So it's my pleasure to stay here, and thank you for having me in this program.
All right, well, thank you for that, Renato. Can we elaborate just a little bit about those initiatives that you are talking about?
I beg your pardon?
The initiatives that you're talking about as far as at DePaul University.
Yes, everybody can accompany the meeting because DePaul will broadcast live. So it's only necessary to be registered on the DePaul University website, and you can accompany online my presentation on Saturday, 10 in the morning. It's open and available for everybody. And I invite you all to accompany me. And I have the PPT, the PowerPoint presentation. I can share with you after the meeting. Of course, I can share with you my own presentation about these 10 innovative initiatives in the world.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so Renato, thank you for that. So I have a couple of things about Renato. Okay. Renato and his life journey as a Vincentian. How long have you been a Vincentian? And eventually, how did you become the SVdP national president?
This is a $1 million question because I have no answer for why I was elected President General. Probably I will finish this mandate and I will realize after. Not now. I am very well prepared to be President General. Not that time in 2016. Now I am very well prepared. But when I am 52 years old, I joined our society in 1986 when I was 15 years old, an adolescent. It was after when I received the sacrament of the confirmation. I received the confirmation sacrament, and I joined our society. I asked to Father Joaquin. I remember that time. I asked to Father Joaquin, our priest, Father Joaquin, please. Now I have the sacrament of confirmation. Now I want to serve more the church. I want to belong to a group that we have friendship, action, and prayer. Please suggest me such movement. And Father Joaquin said, for you, it's suitable to belong to Society of St. Vincent de Paul. And I said, Society of what? Society of St. Vincent de Paul. They work with charity. They visit poor people. They are friends. They have truly action and prayer. So go there, visit the conference. And I visited my first conference in 1986, St. Thomas of Aquinas conference. and it was love at first sight. I belonged to this society, and I was president of my conference, president of the distrital conference council, president of the central council, and vice president, international vice president. And in 2016, I was elected president general, probably because in South America, we spread our society to Bolivia and Suriname, two new countries for our society. I guess this activity we did, not only me, but me and all the team we had that time, we worked together in this direction. And I thought, I guess people elected me because of this movement we did in South America. This is the unique reason, because the other candidates were more prepared than me.
Okay, so thank you very much on that. That's so. Could you what's Renato's life as the St. Vincent de Paul International President, and also,
Okay,
can you tell us a little bit about your family?
my family is my treasure. I'm a journalist. I studied journalism in 1991. I graduated in 1991, and after my university time, I studied more 3 MBA and 1 master degree, and now I'm studying a PhD in political science. I'm a journalist with this political approach. I have books about SVdP, but I have books about politics, politicians, and relationship between the parliament and the government. In Brazil, I study the regulatory agencies like FCC, because my job in Brazil, Anatel, is equivalent of FCC, Federal Communication Commission, here in the US. So I work with these issues. I am married with Andrea. Andrea has the same age of my age. Andrea is 52 years old. We have 2 kids, Gustavo, 22 years old, and Bianca, 19 years old. Gustavo is finishing his studies in accountings at the University of Brasilia. Now in May, he's getting the diploma. And Bianca is starting psychology, University of Psychology, in Braga. It's a city in Portugal. She did the exams, and she was approved to study or in Lisbon or in Braga, but she chose Braga because Braga is a small city and Lisbon is too big city. And for a foreigner, I think we think it's good to be in a small city, to be more connected to the people, to study more, to have a good life. Andrea, my wife, she's architect. She works with decoration and projects of architecture, and I work to Anatel, FCC of Brazil, and Vincentian for 37 years. So this is more or less very quickly my biography.
Oh, that's great. Renato, I had the pleasure of seeing you and hearing you speak at Baltimore at the last St. Vincent de Paul annual meeting. And I'm telling you, that was such a great speech, such a great PowerPoint. But you had a lot of messages to tell everybody in place there. And I would like to see if maybe you can just give us a little glimpse of what that was all about, as far as about St. Vincent de Paul as an international organization.
Why not? Look, in Baltimore, for me, it was a remarkable opportunity to talk with all the US SVdP members, because during the 7 years of my mandate, I traveled a lot to the United States, because we have every year a Vincentian family meeting in Philadelphia. So every time when I am here in Philadelphia to attend this Vincentian family executive international meeting, I take advantage and I try to visit different cities in the US. Brother David Berenger, the CEO of National Council, every time he helps me to select some cities to visit. So I have been visiting more than 10 or 12 cities in the US. So I love this country. I like too much. I recognize the remarkable job the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in the United States of America is doing. You have lots of passion, you have lots of love, you love indeed the poor, you have empathy to the poor, because sometimes it's not so easy to identify empathy on the people, on the voluntary people, but you have this here. This impressed me many times when I'm here. So all the invitations I received to be in the US, I accept immediately, because it's opportunity to visit our brothers and sisters, to share our thinking about the message of unity, of service and love that the Council General International wants to spread throughout the world. This is my duty as President General. I like too much to travel. Sometimes people think, oh, he's traveling is tourism. That is not tourism. Airports, hotels, meetings, churches, archbishops, bishops, national councils, central councils, archdiocesan councils. So we have a huge Vincentian agenda. No time to go to the Eiffel Tower, or no time to go to the monuments. It's very important to say, I'm not complaining. Absolutely, I'm not complaining. I like to visit the people, but when I travel to the countries, is to work, is to make the home visits. I like a lot to make home visits together with our conference on the ground. I like to see the special works. I like to visit our buildings. I like to talk with our leaders, to talk about formation, youth, management, etc. So in Baltimore, I have the opportunity to have a 30 minutes presentation that I put the 10 points of our strategic planning. And we are fulfilling all these 10 points. We are 100% fulfill all these points. Thank God we have finished our mandate. And of course, the new president will continue and will create new things. But what we have proposed to fulfill at the beginning of our mandate, thank God we could achieve all the 10 points.
So you wind it down on your 6-year term as the international president, and I know that you've had a lot of major accomplishments in that 6 years, and some goals that you want to attain and everything. But as the motto of the St. Vincent de Paul Vincentians is to help, to serve the needy, the poor, and the homeless. And I would like for you to reflect on that a little bit and tell us, how is that going?
My mandate was actually 7 years because of the COVID. The national councils postponed the General Assembly to 2023 because of COVID. So actually it was 7 years. In these 7 years, I visited 50 countries. The last country will be Malta. The 50th country will be Malta. So I have visited 50 countries in these 7 years. And I can say to you, Brother Harry, that sometimes the culture is different. Sometimes the political situation, economical situation is different. Sometimes the reality of any country is different, but the society is the same. Our brothers and sisters, we are the same. We have the same modus operandi to do our job to the poor. Of course, in some countries, we have more focus on the basic attendance, on the basic assistance. That is food, medicine, water, clothes, this base. In other kinds of countries, we have a different approach. For example, more moral, more psychological, emotional, against drugs, against different kinds of poverty, digital exclusion, etc. But the society, we are the same love, the same passion, the same empathy to the people. But what I realized watching these 7 years and visiting these 50 countries is that we have a strong power that sometimes we do not realize we have, or God expects from us too much, and sometimes we are not doing all the potentiality we have indeed. So I think our Vincentians, our brothers and sisters, should do a little bit more. We can do more. We can do more in our conference. We can do more in our councils. Sometimes we have a surplus of a big money in our councils, and we don't know what to do with this money. But we can do charity beyond frontiers. We have lots. We have 55 countries, the poorest countries in the world. We have identified, and we created a project called Strategy 25. So if in your city, if in your conference, the situation is good, but in other parts of the world, we have a very bad situation. So this is the Council General International. We are a bridge. We are a bridge between who have more money and people and conferences and national councils that they don't have money. So CGI can do this link, and all the conference can do more charity because God is expecting this too much from us.
Renato, as you know, for the St. Vincent de Paul, both nationally in Chicago, nationally, and then throughout the world.
Yeah.
Spirituality is a major, major topic for us. Can you elaborate a little bit, please?
Yes. When I visit bishops or apostolic nuncios or representatives of the clergy, I every time talk that our society, we have a double dimension, fraternity and spirituality. Fraternity, charity, to go to our friends in need, to do the charity. It's a dimension, external dimension. And we have spirituality, sanctity, holiness, internal dimension. Because you will be a better member of our society if you have a good spiritual basis. So it's very different for other NGOs, we are very different for other, even church movements, because we have this basic. We are Catholic. First, we are full of spirit in our heart. First, we know the sacraments. First, we fulfill the mandaments. So, and after this, if you have this fuel in your heart, you will be a good Vincentian when you go to the house of the poor, when you embrace the homeless, when you embrace the sick people, when you go to talk with the children, to the poor families. So what you said, Brother Perry, is totally correct. Correct. Our society, we have these two dimensions, fraternity and spirituality. And the more spiritual or the more spirituality we have in our hearts, the better service to the poor we will do.
Renato, I have another question, or I would like for you to maybe elaborate about the structure of St. Vincent de Paul International and how it goes out. And basically, what is your role? We know that you're the international president. You know, you have a lot of things going on, visiting here, visiting there, but just a real basic idea so everybody kind of knows.
Okay, it's very important to understand that we have the conference, and the conference together, they form a distrital council or particular council or zone council, depending on the country. In my country, we call particular council. For example, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 conference together, we can create a particular council or a district council. For me, the president of the particular council, the president of the district Council, for me, is the most important president in the structure of our society. I wrote this in one of my circular letters sometimes, and people said, "Oh, are you right? Because the most important president is you, is the president general." And I said, "No, I'm not the most important leader in our society. It's the president of the local council, because the president of the local council is responsible to accompany the life of all the conference, to see the reality, to talk to the bishops, to maintain the unity of our society, to spread our rule, to explain about our rule, the rights and everything about our society, the history, the legacy of our seven founders, the spiritual life, and to spread to new parishes, to create a new conference in new parishes, etc., etc., etc. But we have another dimension of councils that is a huge structure. We have central councils, national councils, and the international council. The central councils and regions to a big more space, more area, and the national council or superior council. We, CGI, we accept both terms, national council or superior council. In the past, it used to be more superior councils, but nowadays the countries like to use national councils. And the Council General International, CGI, CGI in Paris, we accompany 154, because Slovenia is a new country. So we will publish in our website this next week a new information about Slovenia, the country number 154. So we follow the work of 154 countries in the world. That's why we are a confederation. That's why we are an international confederation. And Council General International is responsible to accompany all these countries, to accompany the elections, the national elections, to see the bureaucracy, to help, to give a hand sometimes when the National Council has some problem with patrimony or elections or statutes or bureaucracy. CGI is here. You can count on us. Of course, US, you are big, you are so strong. It's not so necessary, but 80% of the countries, they do need the support of the CGI. The big countries, United States, Australia, Brazil, France, Canada, Spain, India, we only accompany, but no huge actions of CGI, because these countries, thank God, are in good hands. But we have lots of problems in lots of small countries in Latin America, in Africa, in Asia. So that's why CGI is so important to this structure. So the structure is very important to understand the structure, since from the conference until the Council General International. But I repeat, the most important level, in my modest opinion, is the local level. The name does not care the name. In Brazil is particular. I think here in the United States is district council. But no matter the name, is this first level that follow the life of the conference.
Renato, on our way home, I picked you up at the airport and on the way back to your hotel. And you kind of gave me a brief description of the life of Renato for the next couple of weeks. It seems to me that you're going to be doing a lot of traveling.
Well,
I would like you to lead us up and tell us a little bit about that travel for the next couple of weeks, but especially if you could elaborate about the 190th anniversary.
Great opportunity to talk about it. Yes, until Saturday, I'm here in Chicago to attend this DePaul University meeting called World Catholicism Week. World Catholicism Week. This is my second time here, 2020, 2023. This is my second time. I guess they appreciated my first presentation in 2020, and now they are inviting me again. After Chicago, I'm flying to visit two islands in the Portuguese area. We have Madeira and Azores. They are very tourist place. Many European and North American people, you like to go to this island because they have a good weather and good food. Portugal, we have excellent food. Huh? So every time I am in Portugal, these people from Madeira and Azores, they complain. They complain, oh, Brother Renato, every time you are in Lisbon, every time you are in Oporto, but you have never been here in our island. And your mandate is finishing. So please think about it. So we put 2 days in Madeira. There is a central council there, more than 50 conferences. And I will be visiting Azores. It's a central council there, around 30 conference. And they are very excited to receive me. Not only me, because I'm going together with the national president, Sister Alda Colseiro. She will be accompanying me to Madeira and Azores. After Madeira and Azores, I have a flight to Fatima, and Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal. It's a Marian sanctuary. And every year, as SVP members, we have a national pilgrimage to Fatima every year. And will be my first time in this pilgrimage. So in Portugal, I will be in Madeira, Azores, and Fatima. After Fatima, on 23rd April, I have a flight to Paris because on 22nd, I have a flight to Paris because on 23rd, we have this special celebration, Thanksgiving, Holy Mass, about to celebrate our 190th anniversary of the foundation of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Our society was founded in 23rd of April of 1833. So now we are celebrating 190 years of our existence. And we will broadcast live a Holy Mass in 4 languages in an association between Council General International and National Council of France. The 2 presidents, me and the president of the SSVP in France, we will be there organizing. And the two priests that will celebrate this Mass, one is the spiritual advisor of the National Council of France, and the other is the spiritual advisor of the Council General International. And I have a short speech, 2-3 minutes speech that I will talk at the beginning of the Mass, and Brother President of the National Council of France will do the final speech at the end of the Mass. So we will celebrate 3 p.m. Paris time, 3 p.m. Paris time. Here in Chicago, we have to see exactly, probably 8 a.m., because the difference, because in Brazil it's 10 a.m. It's 5 hours, and for you it's 7 hours, I guess, the difference, I guess. You have to check it, okay? But you can accompany in English all the Holy Mass, especially celebrated to this very important date for our society.
But Renato, you have shared the link for this great Holy 190 year Mass in Paris, and I will send that link to everybody so that they can participate and be a part of this 190th anniversary. So we appreciate that very much.
I will share with you the link in English and the exact information about the time, etc., etc.
Thank you, sir. So, Renato, your term as the international president has been an exciting one for you. And, man, you travel all over the place. I got tired just listening all those places you're going to go to. But in any case, can you envision, or what is your hope, or what is going to happen to Renato after your term of President International?
Another good question. In my conference, it's a new conference in my neighborhood. I'm attending this new conference. It's totally brand new conference. And I'm feeling I'm very important in this conference. Together with the other members, we are doing home visits. We are working as SVP in our parish. And I want to be more strong in my conference. I want to finish my doctorate, my PhD in political science, and I want to write a book. I have lots of books, but I want to write a special book about the experience I faced during my term as President General. I want to talk about these 50 countries I visited, the realities, the experience, the best practices I saw with these eyes in many countries. Because sometimes when I come back to Brazil, I talk to myself, I'm nothing. I'm nothing because people sometimes in Africa, they have zero money in their treasury, but they are doing an excellent job. And in my conference, sometimes we have money in our treasury, treasury, and we are not doing a good charity. We are only giving basket of food. Is this charity? Of course, this is charity, but we can do a little bit more. So the more I visit, the far I go to many places, I learned a lot, and I have this teaching. I want to put it in a book to share this information to the members of our society. It's not only for me, it's for everybody. So I'm starting to write this book because when I come back, when I return for all the visits I do, I have a report. I do a report. I write a report. Sometimes it's a big report, but I put shorter to publish in our webpage. But I have a bigger report. The shorter I publish in the webpage is because people don't want to read too much. That's why I put a shorter report on the webpage. But I have the original report bigger with more information, details, names of the conference, names of the brothers and sisters, situations that I was involved. For example, in Republic Central Africa, RCA, Republic Central Africa, when I arrived at the airport, it was a big noise, lots of people, and I asked to the policeman why these people is so making noise and what's happened here in this airport? Is Madonna coming to make some concert? And the policeman said to me, no, it's because of you. They are here to receive you. Me? Yes, I was considered like a pop star. I'm not a pop star. I'm a brother of my conference. I'm equal like everybody. I'm not different from nobody. But they are so kind. They were so kind with me. They received me with flowers, with song, Brazilian music, and this is a real experience I lived when I visited many countries. I visited all the continents. In Africa, I visited 10 countries. 10 countries in Africa. And look, I have my job. I'm not a retired man. I travel on licenses, on holidays, or on my personal vacations. So I use lots of license I have in Brazil in favor of me. I use it under the law, nothing to give any favor to my boss or for my colleagues. I work to the society. Yeah? And I have my family, they support me a lot, because if you don't have the support of your family, it's very difficult to be a Vincentian, because you are treating with lots of people, and sometimes in your house, in your family, you are not doing very well. So I have this support. So my wife and my kids, they I can count on them because they are behind me, praying for me, and simultaneously allow me, permitting me to do this service. Because sometimes I stay, for example, this I will be 2 weeks out. When I visit Africa, the first time I visit Africa, I stayed 35 days out of Brazil, 35 days traveling. So it's a very big moment, and without a good family, and in my confidence, they do understand when I lose the meeting, they know that I'm not at home and watching TV. They know that I'm working for the society.
Renato, this is just so incredibly how busy you are and how much you mean to the society is a national organization for St. Vincent de Paul and also the international. So I would like to ask you, in closing here of this great talk and speech and question and answer, what do you have to say to the Vincentians that are listening?
Oh, lots of things to say to our Vincentians, but I guess the most important is do not waste time in secondary things. Go directly, go move forward to what exactly is important for us. Our salvation, the salvation of our souls, and the charity to the poor people, because sometimes we waste lots of time in secondary and bureaucracy and gossips and vanity and conflicts, and this is not Vincentian. This is not from God. This is not from God. So if you are a member of our society, please forgive all the problems we have in our structure. Forgive all we have, all kind of problems we have in our conference. With our priests, our parish, sometimes we have problems between the priest in our parish with the conference. But I think it's up to us to solve all these problems. It is in our hands that the solution. Sometimes we have to be more more humble than we are or than I intend to be. This is to be a Vincentian. Vincentian charity is not only food or medicines or clothes. Charity is a good counseling. Charity is a smiling. Charity is when you kiss, when you embrace someone, when you sit by themselves, by someone, and to listen to them, their problems, their personal situation. This is charity. Sometimes we can do charity without money when we are listening to the people. So the most important message is this: focus in what really matters. That is our salvation and the charity we do to the poor people, to the other people. This is the most important. Please be apart, be far away of these secondary things this is not from God.
Renato, such a pleasure for the last almost 50 minutes having you talking to everybody, other Vincentians and everything like that. From the bottom of our hearts in Chicago, from the bottom of our hearts in St. Vincent de Paul National, we thank you, we welcome you, and we hope that you enjoy your stay in Chicago, and we know that your presentation at DePaul on Saturday will be a success.
Brother Harry, and many thanks for this invitation. I know that SVdP in Chicago is in good hands with you, with your board of directions, and with the staff you have here, because it's not only you. The success of some administration is not only because one man or one woman, it's because of a team. And I know that you have a good members of your board and a good staff members. So this is the recipe of a good administration. Thank you for my English, my English is from my high school's time. So and I don't have opportunity to practice, because if you see the map of Brazil, we have Brazil and only Spanish speaking countries around. So my Spanish is much, much better than my English. Okay. So sometimes I forgot the words to say in English. I have some uh, strategy to find the closest verb or the closest word to say. But of course, my vocabulary in English is smaller than in Spanish, and of course in Portuguese. People say that my Portuguese is perfect. But the more I visit US, my English is being improved. Brother Ralph and brother David every time say this to me, that my English is being better than in the past. So I thank you. Thank you too much for this opportunity, and I hope all the members of our conference in Chicago area could take advantage of this program, and thank God to be useful for your conference, because what we discussed here, I think it's very important for our formation, for our reflection, to be a better Vincentian, a better brother and sister of our society, to go to the heaven, not now, but one day when God calls us to go to the heaven with this mission fulfilled. I was here and I worked to the charity. Yeah? Because to live your life without knowing, without doing charity, only thinking about material goods, it's not a life. Life is indeed when you take care about you, your family, and about the other people. The violence in the world, the crimes in the world, the wars in the world is because of lack of charity, lack of Jesus, lack of love. So we have to dedicate our lives to this mission. If we don't do this, we are living in a midlife, not a full life. And Society of SVdP is an opportunity to live our life full, totally full, not only materially but spiritually. That's why I am Vincentian. That's why you all that are watching me are Vincentian, because we are seeking for a different style of life. Thank you too much.
Thank you so much, Renato, and good luck on everything.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.